Hi, you are welcome to my podcast show, Intimate Talk with Blessing, where everything and anything is discussed. My name is Blessing, that's your anchor tonight. If you're listening to me for the first time, a very warm welcome to you. Tonight's episode is going to be exciting and very educative. Tonight our discussion is on random acts of kindness. Now, with the rate of hatred and evil we see and hear on a daily basis, kindness needs to be preached to everyone. So what is kindness? Kindness is you being friendly to someone that has had a bad day. Kindness is you being generous to someone who has less enough of something. And kindness is you being considerate. Now let us learn not to take someone's kindness for granted, because kindness is often mistaken as one being naive or weak. So why is kindness important? Each act of kindness is changing the way we see ourselves and others. Now, how cool is that? Very cool. As our kindness positively affects others, we feel more compassionate, confident, useful, and in control. One small act of kindness can change the whole world. Now let's go to the benefit of kindness. 1, it brings you happiness. Helping someone or making someone feel happy, or going that extra miles to make someone happy, just you being kind to someone, at the end of the day, it brings you happiness. You take the glory, baby. You take the happiness trophy. Secondly, the happiness is also transferred to others. Joy overflow. So first, you have to be kind to yourself, and then to your family, and then to your neighbor, and then to where you work, and then to everyone around you. It starts from you. Another benefit of kindness is it improves relationships. What goes around comes around. Now, the kindness seed you plant today can come knocking at your door 10 years from now, 3 years from now, or even next week. And there's something about kindness, like it literally makes you feel so proud of yourself. You go home sleeping like you've achieved and you've made it. So let's continue. Now we are going to learn the random act of kindness. You do not have to break a bank to be kind. I always say being kind costs 0 naira. You can go to the grocery store or to anywhere, maybe you went to buy something and somebody also wants to get something and it's left like maybe 10 naira and the person doesn't have. You can just, say, don't worry, I'll pay. Simple act of kindness. And to that person, it may be 10 naira you drop, but to the person, it's like you were the one who bought it for the person. That's how kindness is. So let's not prolong this issue so much. How to show kindness? 1, a kind word. I will explain this with a personal story. So after my secondary school, there's this particular place I usually make my hair. And there was one girl that enjoys making my hair. So one day, I was walking on the road and I saw this girl passing and she was hawking agege bread. Of course, I saw her and I was so excited and I went to meet her and I hugged her. And the next thing, she started crying. I was like, why are you crying? Did I offend you? Or did someone offend you earlier on? She said no, that she's crying because the other people she sees on the road who know her as someone that she makes her hair for, they literally blank her or they act like they don't know her. and she saw me first, and she wanted to dodge, and she was surprised that I came to hug her. And I smiled. I said, "Really? Look, you're selling bread today does not mean that tomorrow will not be very bright. And you don't have to feel ashamed. You have to be proud of yourself because you have different sources of income." I gave her words of encouragement and she left smiling. Few years later, probably during my service here or something, I was walking again on the road and someone called me. I turned back and saw she was the one. Yes, I was so happy to see her. And the first thing she said to me was, "Auntie Blessing, thank you. Thank you for the words you said to me that day. I held on to that word. Honestly, I forgot about it." And she had to tell me, "Do you remember that day you saw me and you hugged me on the road?" I was like, "Oh wow." She told me, "Thank you very much," that she held on to that word and she didn't forget me. She practically told me that now she owned her own salon, and she offered me, and she said I should come to the salon and she's going to make a free hair for me. Like, she said I should just come and see and let her make my hair for me for free. My heart jumped. I went home feeling so happy. Oxytocin was released at that moment. Oxytocin is a hormone. It was released and I was so proud of myself. I was like, how many years? And the person still held on to that word. I went home sleeping and feeling like a superhero. One word, few years back, and she carried it along with her. Wow. It just shows us how words are very powerful. Words are so powerful. It can literally live within you for a very, very long time. A kind word to a few people won't hurt. Another act of kindness is helping to lift a load for someone. I know we learned those ones in our moral instructions in primary school, but hey, this life, if you be in a public transport and an elderly person who has load is actually alighting before you, and you see the man or the woman struggling to, carry a load out of the vehicle, please offer to help. It costs nothing. It costs 0 naira. Sending a thank you note too does a little magic. Now, I won't speak more on that because our first and second episode of Intimate Talk with Blessing has that covered already. And the last point is refusing to gossip. I don't know how people sleep with their 2 eyes closed, knowing that they tarnish someone's image. See, from this moment, from today, please be the kind of person that when gossip comes to you, it ends with you. Saving someone's image in their absence is a good trait. You might never know who is actually listening to you, and you don't know who you're saving. Remember, what goes around comes around. Now, the main thing is to keep in mind. The main thing is to have it in mind that you need to open your eyes and also be active when you see someone in need. I would leave you with this: kindness begets kindness. However, you should never be kind with the expectation of receiving something in return. Instead, incorporate the smallest acts of kindness into your everyday life. Thank you for listening. Be sure to show kindness to everyone, and please be intentional about it. Have a flourishing week ahead. Bye.